Hey, thanks for stopping by Hanson's Speed Shop. Today we're going to be starting another cool new project. Before we get started on that, just want to remind everyone that if you like what you see here, you're digging what we're doing, please hit that subscribe button. Thank you to all you guys who have been subscribing and watching the videos. Really encourages me to keep making cooler stuff and better videos. So, as you know, if you're been watching my videos for any amount of time, you know that we're kind of home to um, a lot of cool car and bike culture stuff. Mainly a lot of cool custom Hot Wheels and Matchbox. But really, I guess we've kind of become famous like for doing a lot of custom gassers. I just like gassers. I enjoy building them, and that's just kind of what this hobby's all about, is just doing what you like and what makes you happy. And if you think it's cool and something you want to do it. So we're going to be doing another gasser. This time, 56 Chevy from Hot Wheels. Surprisingly, I've never done a 56 Chevy before. I've done 57 Chevys and 55 Chevys, and I think a 53 or 4 Chevy, but not a 56. And I like 56 Chevys. So this is actually Hot Wheels has two different 56 Chevys. They have like a mainline one, and then this was a premium version. This is a 210 sedan. These came out in the early 2000s in like a black box series, and they would come in like a little display case like this. And this particular casting came in a variety of different colors, like purple, candy apple red, orange and white, this turquoise and white, and maybe a couple other ones. But the reason why I picked this one is because it's a cool looking car already. It's got some cool slicks on it. The hood opens. It's got a cool detailed blown engine in it. It's got a nice detailed interior. It has all the nice trim, and it's a post car. So this is gonna make a super cool, really detailed gasser. So that's the plans for this car, is to build this into a really cool 60s style gasser with some really awesome detailing. So we'll get this car torn apart and probably stripped, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're back on our 56 Chevy gasser project. Things coming along really cool. We got the body stripped. I still need to do this hood, and then I'm thinking I'm probably going to take this little hood ornament off because I'm just not a big fan of that. These are possibly the back wheels that I'm going to use, but those are not what I'm running in the front. This is just to kind of give you guys an idea of how I want the car to sit. The front will be up a little bit more than it is now. That's basically how the back's going to sit though. Got the body all stripped. I'm not planning on really doing anything to the body. And then, as you can see, this car comes with a ton of little parts and pieces. I still have the back bumper on. This was the front bumper we're not going to be using. This is the grill and lights. We're going to be using that. And then here is our engine and scoop, and we're going to be using that. And then our interior is super cool. No back seat. Just a bench seat up front, really nice detailed steering wheel and dash, so this is going to be cool. I'm probably going to put some kind of a roll bar in here, but we'll get to that later. But otherwise, this car, as far as paint-wise goes, I've got a really cool kind of 60s paint job. We're going to do the body in one color and then the roof in another color. Which I've done once before. It's been a while since I've done that, but we'll basically just paint the body and then tape the body off and then paint the roof. And then the roof is going to be a flake color, so we'll have to do like a silver flake base and then go over it with the color that I want it to be. So that's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully that turns out. But this is the 56 Chevy so far, and it's looking cool, guys. All right, we're back to the 56 Chevy Gasser from Hot Wheels. We're doing a cool 60s style gasser on this one. The chassis still has all the work to do on it yet, but we got the paint job for this thing done, and it turned out really cool. We did a two-tone gloss black with a blue metal flake roof, and we'll take a look at that right now. It's still on the stand because I still am detailing the thing, but it turned out really nice. The color on cameras on the roof looks a little bit darker blue than it actually is, kind of a little bit lighter in real life. But anyway, it turned out super cool. We did the whole thing in black first, and then I taped the whole car off, did the roof in a silver, and then went over it with blue, and then cleared the whole car. We still have to do, I'm going to do some cool logos on the car and some detailing on the body, but otherwise the paint job on that is done. And there's the hood, and then also, since this is a really neat interior, as you can see, that you can like totally take apart, the dash is a separate piece, so I painted that again to match the roof, so that's going to be really cool. So that is the 56 Chevy so far. Next step is going to be getting that chassis done, detailing the body, and then we'll go from there. Alright, gang, it's time for the final unveil on our 56 Chevy Gasser, and this thing just turned out absolutely sweet. I'm just super happy with it, and there is a ton of detail on this car that we're going to go over right now. A lot of work went into this build. Built it over the course of a couple weeks to a month, working on it here and there in between other projects. Usually with projects that are more in depth or more detailed, I like to kind of take my time with them and kind of think things out. That way I don't end up with something I'm not super happy with just to rush and get it done. So that's why I usually am building like at any given time anywhere from a handful of cars to half a dozen cars all at the same time. Then I kind of get to a certain point on one car and then move on to another car and come back to it. And that's what happened with this one, so it took a little bit longer to get done than I was hoping for. But as you can see, it looks super awesome. So we'll start, with all the detail on this car. Started out as a black box Hot Wheels 56 Chevy, kind of a pro street, kind of street machine look to it. And then we decided to take that and build it into a 60s, kind of late 60s style gasser. I really didn't have to do any modifying to the body itself. We removed the front bumper, left the stock grille, and just kind of detailed out the turn signals. Gave the body a nice high gloss black paint job. And then on the door, I did my Hanson Speed Shop logo in a real kind of late 60s patriotic red, white, blue. Did the roof, taped the roof off and did that in a Tester's metal flake blue along with the dash. And then I did the headlights in a matching blue as well. I did the headlights to kind of look more like glass, so I did it over a white instead of silver like the other, like the blue on the roof and the dash. This car does have an opening hood, and it's got a blown big black Chevy in it. I shaved off the emblem on top of the hood, just left the one on the front, and then I detailed that out. It's got a nice set of fender well headers that I did to look like they're actually coming through the fender, and then you can kind of see in there. That looks really cool, a little bit more realistic. A lot of detail on the interior. It's a white black two-tone interior. You can see earlier in the video. And then we detailed out the dash. Then I made a roll bar for it out of aluminum tubing and did the roll bar in a gloss black. Left the stock bumper that came on the car. Detailed out the rear trim and the trim around the license plate. And then really small with a super fine brush, I did 1313 on the license plate. Here's a look at the driver's side of the car. Did the taillights out. Just everywhere you look on this car is, detailing. I did the engine out, all detailed, painted, Chevy orange and everything. Just running Hot Wheels gasser wheels, which I think are like the nicest rear rider wheels to use on a gasser are these wheels from Hot Wheels. As of now, what's available, I think, those are they just look the best, they fit the best, and they look the nicest. Those wheels just have the right dishing and the right look to them and everything, so I just think those are those are my favorites to use on gassers. Taking a look underneath the car, lay down some paper. I don't want to ruin my nice paint job. The base already came gloss black from Hot Wheels, so I didn't really do a lot of work on that where I had to repaint the whole thing. And then I left the secondary exhaust on the car, detailed the transmission and oil pan. And then I ran a straight axle up front out of aluminum tubing. I didn't actually really have to raise the front up too much, just ran it right under the factory lower control arms, and that gave it the perfect height. The back of the car, made a rear end out of another piece of aluminum tubing, and then kind of molded in the third member and to make it look more realistic, and connected it to the drive shaft, painted all that. The front axle and the rear ends painted gloss black, and you can see the fender well headers, those are done in satin white. Just really, really happy with this car. I've wanted a 56 Chevy for a while. The inspiration for this car was a car seen at the Meltdown, or the Fallout Drags, which that video is on my channel if you want to go check it out. Super cool vintage drag meet. There was a car that looked almost exactly like this car, same paint job and everything, 56 Chevy. It said Nick's Speed Shop on the door, so kind of a rip-off of that dude's car. Super cool car, really liked it. Just changed the name on the door to Hanson Speed Shop. So I hope you guys like it. If you do, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know what you think. Stick around for some more pictures of the car, but otherwise, get out, work on your own projects, get your hands dirty, stay cool, and we'll see you cats on the next one. Thanks for watching.